58 degrees in my garage. 7 below outside. That's how I do it. Just in case you didn't see that. This one's a little easier to read. That's how I do it. I have a hot water heater rigged up as my furnace. There's a water heater, 44-gallon hot water heater. I seen this done, and my old man took his hot water heater and made it his floor heat. By the way, this is all floor heat. I'll get to that. But he upgraded his hot water heater to a bigger one. Took his old one, which was about this size, and turned it into his floor heat. And it worked well. So I thought, why not? So I bought this one because it was about $1,000 cheaper than the wall-mounted electric furnace to run the floor heat. We'll do a quick overview of how it works. This is the in. They told me to put the pump on the inside. This is where the water comes from the floor back into the hot water heater. Told me to put the pump on this side. They said the water coming back in is cooler, so that it wouldn't burn up your pump as fast. If you put it on the hot side, it'd work too. It'd still circulate, but you could possibly burn up your pump a little faster just having that hot water roll through it. With the hot water heater, you know, I got mine set up at the top of it. You know, if you take this panel off right here, the hot water heater itself has a thermostat in it, and you set that thermostat. My old man runs his at 90, but it's also his basement and runs, you know, it's got a lot of insulation. I have my garage insulated as well, but his furnace is down in his basement where the ground is insulating it, so it's down and away from the cold. You know, it's underneath the frost. This is, you know, up in the air, catching all the wind. Just all in all, we'll walk through this. Once again, we got a valve. That's so you can shut down and fix anything. To your pump. And then this is going this way. It's going back in, so you got your water from your floor to your pump, down into your hot water heater, and it comes back out your hot. We have another valve, once again, just to make it easy fix. Got your expansion tank. This here is just insulation. Figured I'd keep it as hot as it could till it got to the floor. Then I got my bleed off. This is hot. I got my bleed off along with it. Bleeds off its air. You just set it and forget it. That's kind of how it worked for me. Back here on the hot side, I have my fill. That's where I filled it for the first time. Filled up, I have a 50-50 antifreeze water, since this is in the garage. I figured I better fill it with antifreeze, otherwise you might screw up there, and if power ever went out, and then you're busting all the lines underneath your floor. So I recommend running an antifreeze. It has not hurt this whatsoever to run that, so I guess I haven't had any problems with it. Just regular old green antifreeze. We got back from our fill, where we had our fill valve. Now we have it's a thermostat and pressure gauge. Now I could probably run 2 pounds of pressure and circulate just fine. Really, any pounds of pressure will circulate floor heat as long as you're on the same level. Now if you're trying to push this upstairs, you know, if the 2-3 story building, you might need 10 pounds, 10, 12, I can't remember. I think it's 3 or 4 pounds per floor. So 6-8 pounds will probably get you, 9 pounds would get you up to the 3rd floor. So really, I don't need to run anywhere near this. It was just such a pain in the butt to fill with the pumps that I had, so I just left it. What runs the pump? So we have a thermostat that you seen on the wall. First thing we took a picture of, that thermostat wire comes into there, through the top, comes into the controller. Let me come back around here. This thing's kind of a heavy. There's the thermostat wire coming into the top of the controller box. You can get all this at your Ace, your we got a Menards. I don't know, your Home Depot, I'm sure, carries all this stuff, but it's your controller box. Goes into, you got your thermostat goes into there, and then the power, you got, that's where you run your main power. It's just 120, and then that 120 runs back to your pump. So when the thermostat kicks in, says, hey, I need heat, kicks the pump in, pump starts pretty much sucking water out of the floor, in return pushing into the tank, and back out, and back into the floor again. So it gets its hot water from this side, floor gets hot, thermostat kicks off, we're good to go. Really efficient for me so far. If you got good insulation, good doors in your garage, shouldn't have any problems with it. I mean, I'd even recommend it. I'd use it in my house. I would. My dad does. I just think it's a all-around good system. I've had it for 2 years, and it's been working well. Leave any questions in the comment. I'm sure I could probably go over this and talk to you quite a bit about it. All I'm going to let you know is that this is the hose that goes through. And then we get over here. That's my hot side. That's my cold side going back in. That's one zone. All on one zone. These are what I use to split. Just these here. They come out. All that PEX crimped on. You know, hose connectors. It's pretty simple, really. The hardest part was filling the tank with, all I had was a little electric pump, trying to fill all the lines and fill the tank with it. So, good luck. Like I said, any questions, feel free to send them to me. Alright, well, I'm going to go back to work. Thanks, bye.